welcome to Shelly's Silly Stuff. Today we are going to be making, I call it a brush holder because that's what I use mine for. I hold my brushes in it. So basically it's going to be, let's see here. There we go. So basically, see, it's a little container like this, but I want to make it a little more decorative. So let me sit on the side here so you can actually see the inspiration I'm going for. So I also have this mold here that's a little butterfly. Now it was intended to be part of a wind chime, hence the holes in the bottom there and top there. But my plan is to secure it, make it same colors as the jar, but secure it to the top. So not only does it give it a pretty decorative look, but also it'll help to hold the brushes upright so they're not caving to the back there. So that's my idea. I have not made one yet like that, so this is a guinea pig project. Alright, so today we are going to obviously be working with resin. We are going to use, I'm going to use the colors, let's see here, cerulean and then gold, so that way it has, that shimmer of the gold and then the color of the blue. The one I made myself is the same gold with a purple. So I'm going to try making one that's blue. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we are going to mix up our resin. I'm going to go ahead and get that mixed up.
Got a spark of inspiration, time for some happy creation, picking up the glue and thread for all the fun ideas in my head. It's Shelly's Silly Stuff. You can never have enough. Yeah, it's Shelly's Silly Stuff.
Alright, so we got our resin all mixed up. There's still some bubbles in there, but it'll go away. I don't know why it does that to me, but oh well. Alright, so first thing we're going to do, make sure we're in frame. Get this out of the way. First thing we're going to do is we're going to drop ink, the alcohol inks, straight into the molds. Okay, so it's going to do random spots. Oop. Well, I guess I decided to put it there. Ooh, okay. Make sure you kind of go down the sides here too. Okay, let's throw some in our butterfly. The butterfly won't need all that much. Yeah, this should be good. I could always add more if I feel like it needs more. Now let's go ahead and throw some gold in. Ooh, I love that little dance it does. Ooh, it all coagulated. Okay. Or infused itself right there. That's kind of cool. Okay, and don't forget the sides too. Okay. Oh, forgot the gold in the butterfly. Okay, there. Put some there. Put a little bit there. Put a drop there. Okay. Alright, now the fun part. We get to pour! Yay! Alright, so we're going to start with the big one. Just want to make sure I got enough resin. Yeah, you see all those teeny tiny microscopic bubbles? They'll go away. And I'm also hoping too that with the pouring, see? So see all the colors kind of dissipated from the base here. So I'm going to throw a few more drops in. I have a feeling I'm going to need to add more gold. So might as well leave that open. Yeah, because the gold seems to like disappear so quickly. Okay. Oops, 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 oops. Man, overboard. Okay. Okay, I'm going to stop there for just a moment. Okay. Just going to put one single gold drop, right, oh, two. One or two, right there. Okay. And then just drop a tiny bit more so it can disperse. Okay. That. Okay, let's go ahead and actually, no, before we do the butterfly, let me go ahead and get things set. Oops, sorry if you're bouncing. Set into the curing machine. So I'm gonna get this one moved over. Oh, don't dribble. Even though I've already dribbled in there already. Okay. And let me go ahead and get you readjusted so you can see into the curing machine. Okay, now that we're in the curing machine, I could go ahead and top off our little jar here. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and pour into the butterfly. Oh, made a mess. Some of these little areas here, you got to kind of fill it by hand with your stick, and I can already tell I made a big old mess. Okay, yeah, I made a big old mess. Okay, just want to make sure everything has got resin in it. Okay, let's see, here's how it looks like it's filled. No, it looks kind of thin over here. Hope everyone had a good Easter this past Sunday. Mine was pretty chill, just hung out at home. Spent it with my fiance and our pups. Check it again. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give a few more squirts in here. Some more gold. And we'll do some more of the cerulean. Let's see. Oops. More gold right there. Let's put a little bit of gold on the head and in its little booty there. Alright. And I'm going to go ahead and take my stirring stick and we're going to try to move it around a little. Okay, there we go. Alright, and since I have a good amount of resin left, I'm going to add some color to it, and I'm going to add my little catch-all ball. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use the same colors that we got going on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some cerulean into the resin, mix it up real good. Okay, and then I'm just going to take a couple squirts of the gold in there. Oh, I think that's more than a few squirts, but that's okay. So let me go ahead and move this so you can see it. Okay, so you see how we got the gold in there. I'm not going to do a full mix. I'm just going to kind of give it a little swirl. Okay, and I'm going to pour it in. And as I notice, if there's no gold coming out, I'll try to force the gold out, some gold out with the stirring stick. And actually, it looks like got more gold than blue coming. So let's push some of this blue up, or the cerulean. Okay. We're getting there, we're getting there. Okay. And I got a big old blob on the thing. That's okay. Alright, so we're going to go ahead, turn on the curing machine. Let's see here. Alright, gonna get this going and be back in 3 hours. Alright, back. Let's see here. Pardon the mess. I have a little side quest going on over here too. Make a name tag, or name tags for my friend's dogs over there. So let's go ahead and get these demolded here. Let's see, make sure I'm in frame. Okay, so the only thing with this mold, it's kind of a pain to try to figure out how to get it out. It took me, when I made my purple and gold one, it took me about a good 10 to 15 minutes to get it demolded. So I'm hoping, since I already kind of know the trick, there we go, I can get it done faster. Hang on. And you can see some gold is kind of mixed in with the cerulean. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't that look blue on there? Because this looks awfully green. And it's not just because of the yellow silicone mat. Okay. There it goes. Okay. Ooh. So it's still a tiny bit flexible, but you can see the gold on the edge there. I like that. Kind of makes it look like it's a old-timey look. And you can see some of the gold in the bottom there. Got some bubbles there. That's okay. I can see a tiny bit of the gold right there. Let me see if I... There you go. You can see some of the gold there. And you can see streaks of gold. So it's not as popping as this one is. I'm not sure exactly what happened. I don't know if I put too much cerulean or not enough gold. I don't know. Anyway. So let's go ahead and demold our butterfly. Now I will say that I did not have the butterfly completely filled. I noticed that there were some areas where it dipped down a good bit. So I just went ahead and put in some UV resin on there afterwards, just to make sure everything was nice and full. There we go. Okay, so there's our butterfly. So now what I'm going to do is we're going to get this so it's attached to the top here. And it's almost a perfect thickness and width. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little dot. See the other one that's, actually let's go like this. So it's blocking that larger one. Put a little dot there. A little dot there. Ooh, little dot there. There we go. Okay. Now this is probably going to take steady hands and the patience of Mo, I tell you. So, oh, let me fix this mold real quick. Hang on. It's one of the good things about UV resin. You can leave it sitting there. I mean, eventually, yes, it will cure, but I think it's like days. Which, honestly, I don't even think, I think it's longer than that. Because I've had, when I first started working with UV resin, I had projects that I was trying to do. And I said, to heck with it, and I threw it in my trash can before I had a trash liner in it. And it kind of stayed wet in there. And I had it there for a few months. So I was using my little handheld UV light. The main thing I want to do right now is just make sure at least the outer edges of the UV resin is somewhat cured, so I don't have to worry about it running out and making a big old mess. Let's see here. Oh, I think my batteries might be dying because it's getting kind of dim. I gotta change out the batteries now. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and carefully lay this down. So it's practically flat. I'm going to set this for 2.5 minutes. Okay, and then while that's going, I'll give you a little sneak peek. I know it's not perfect, but I made this one for my friend's dog Max. It's I used that cerulean because I thought it was going to be blue, but it has little dog print glitter in there, and his name in gold foil. And then her other little dog, Akasha. So I made her, it's pink with rose gold mixed in, and then rose gold vinyl for the writing. And actually, while that is curing, I could slide this in here like that. Yeah, because of the fact that the mold for these dog tags is that, like, I mean, I don't think it's all that thick, but apparently it was too thick because the back of Max's was still sticky. So, you know, let that go for a moment. So did everyone get Easter baskets on Sunday? Those TikTok videos just crack me up of the adults that are like, my mom said I don't get an Easter basket. And it's like, bruh. You're how old and you want an Easter basket still? I believe my parents stopped giving me an Easter basket my senior year of high school. That was the last time I got an Easter basket from them. But at that point, it wasn't like actual baskets. It was like, oh, Shelly likes Snapple. Here, let's go get her a big, huge case of Snapples. So, it's okay. Let's see here. And there we have it. So, let me go ahead. I'm still letting Akasha's thing cure. There it is. And see here. Now, she is still a little flexy right now, but you just let it sit for a bit. And, okay. And she will finish curing. But, look at how pretty. So that way you can put your goodies in there, you know, like, whoops. I mean, technically these are gauges for people that stretch their earlobes, but I made them to be feet for my cutting board in the kitchen. So, there. Ta-da! I do need to clean up the edges on the bottom here. The butterfly itself, since I put the UV resin in there, I mean, there's little itty-bitty things that I could just, like, flick off with my nail. But, yep. I think she is quite beautiful. Alright. And that is it for today's video. If you like what we did, go ahead, comment, like, share. You know, please subscribe if you want to see more of my content. And I will see you guys
Oh, it's time to gather up the threads and all the silly notions in our heads. The golden light is fading in the room. See y'all next Thursday. From Shelley's Silly Stuff, when you just can't get enough. See y'all next Thursday. From Shelley's